Okay, so with y'all logic, Miss Taker's logic, if he qualifies for a woman with 4 baby daddies, and that's not what he wants, how how can he focus on the other thing when he don't qualify for the other thing? Mike, motherfucking
Say
Mike.
that I didn't understand the question. That's I was trying to find my thing so I could come off the mute button. What did you say?
If you're saying that if you're saying that a particular man qualifies for a woman who has 4 different baby fathers, and Shan is saying if you don't want to, don't focus on her. Who should he focus for on if that's who he qualifies?
He needs to focus on himself to get his shit together and see why he don't.
I do have a question. I do have a question. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. Mistake.
On this show, right?
I got a question for you.
Good answer. Good answer. No, I'm just joking. No,
What kind of
making a joke though?
if we can map this out, what kind of man would qualify for a woman with 4 baby daddies, 5 kids?
A man with 4 baby mamas.
Exactly. That's right. That's his match. And I think that's what the dude was talking about. Like that is his level because we've been in on these shows and we've heard like men. I think y'all have played clips and stuff where there are men who have like 4 kids, 5 kids, and then talk about they want a woman that don't have any kids.
So, like, all right, hold on, wait. I got this, Bruce. I got this. Hold on, wait.
What they're saying is Future qualifies for a woman that got 5, 6, 7 baby mamas, baby daddies.
No, I got this. Will.
My opinion, if he has four kids, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know how many baby mamas he had, but he got 4 kids. Trying to say his only option that he has is that he wants a woman without kids. To me, he's dating not on his level. He needs to find a woman with kids.
And
all right, so here's the difference. I'm about to explain to you why it doesn't make sense, right? This is why I asked you the question. I'm glad you answered it the way that you did. This is why them people would never align. A dude that can inherently impregnate 4 different women doesn't have to settle for a woman with 4 baby mamas, 4 baby daddies. Because inherently, he has options outside of that. For example, you know what I mean? So that's why it never works out. So when you say a man with 4 baby mamas and 3 and 8 kids, or 4 baby mamas and 5 kids, we could say that, damn, well, Nick Cannon technically should be with a woman that has 4 baby daddies or 8 baby daddies. But the reality of that situation is that those lines don't necessarily cross with each other because he inherently has the type of value that would allow him the ability to.
Canada,
huh?
We got to compare. Like, okay, so look at well, he's passed now, but what's his name? ODB, right? Old Dirty Bastard. He ain't Nick Cannon, right?
Fair enough.
You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna qualify for a different quality of woman than Nick Cannon would.
Not true.
Right?
Not true. A man qualifies for whatever woman opens her legs to him.
Absolutely. The quality of women, both of them are known, and they got multiple baby mamas, but the quality of women are very different women. They are.
But here's the thing, though.
Line up his baby mamas and you line up the other one's baby mama. They're not
determined. That was a
but
lie.
Here's the difference, though. Let's say, for the sake of argument, this is true, right? The difference between him and her is that all his baby mamas, he may be the only father. So he would, even then, he was still like, if we're saying that the only thing that a man with 4 baby mamas, the only the type of woman, a woman with 4 baby mamas, the only type of man that qualifies with her for her is a man that has 4 baby daddy, is a man that has 4 baby mamas. That's technically not, they don't align because all his baby mamas, he could be the only father. So he and technically would qualify for any woman that don't have children.
No,
Whereas she on the other,
so at the end of the day, nobody looks at it that way. But I
no, but that's the reality of the situation. That's why I'm saying they don't align. Reality is I get what y'all are saying is that, yeah, technically, theoretically speaking, if we were all trying to make sure that if we were trying to puzzle people together and there was somebody that was grabbing people and putting them with each other, ideally you would take a man with 4 baby mamas and put him with a woman with 4 baby daddies. But that's not how the world works. In reality, that man doesn't have to deal with a woman with 4 baby daddies because he inherently has the ability to attract women and be able to have sex with them and then impregnate them. Whereas a woman won't necessarily be the other way around.
So what we're saying, okay, so let's jump out the hood, okay? In real life, outside of that,
okay,
most people, you date people in a stage of your life. For example, I'm gonna just use my situation. I'm in my late 40s. I date men who are of age. We all have children. We're at a different stage in our lives, right? So we pair up. It's just a totally different look. We on a different plan than if you are in your 20-something-year-old. Now, if you're a 20-something-year-old and you have children out of wedlock and you're thinking you're going to get this guy who does not have any kids, I think that you're betting outside. I mean, you may look up maybe, but to me, that would not be a fair deal for the guy. That's just me. You understand?
Yeah, but it don't work the opposite way.
So what I'm saying to you is, and if I had a daughter, and my daughter were be presented with that same situation, she has no kids, she's got her stuff together, and he has children. That to me, I would not promote that for my daughter. You understand?
If your daughter's young, but if your daughter's 38.
Oh, so that's why I gave stages, right?
Right, but it doesn't work like that for guys because guys, you say you're in your 40s. A guy can choose you as a baby mama in your 40s, or he can go choose to get a 20-year-old. You're not going to see women who is single with no kids. She can choose a man who's in his 40s with kids. I'm sorry, a woman, whether she got kids or not, if she's your age, you're not going to go get a 20-year-old. That's not really an option for you.
So where I'm from, where I am, right? Yes, 20-year-old sounds great, but most older men are not dating 20-year-olds, realistically speaking.
No, but they can. It's their choice.
What I'm saying to you is, realistically speaking, most of age men
they don't have
are not going for 20-year-olds. They're just not. So
I didn't say most. I didn't say most. Listen to me.
Listen to me. He has the option to do that.
I'm telling you what you described is something that applies to women. That don't necessarily apply to men.
I didn't. So what I'm telling you is, I didn't say
it applies.
I gave you different scenarios, right? And then you changed it.
I didn't. I just told you.
So I understand what you're saying in your hypothetical mind, just like she hypothetically didn't want to go to work. Yes, you have an option to grab you a 20-year-old. In your world, you think you're going to get a 20-year-old. And I tell you, and that's great. You know, he does have the option. But most men who are of age and at a different time in their life are not looking to start over. They're just
It ain't about starting over. I didn't say he had to start over and have kids with this woman.
Oh, with a 20-year-old?
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying men and women are not the same.
We agree on that.
Right. Men have options that women don't.
Sure. So let me ask you a question. We can agree that men do, but then and this is not to take it back. It goes back to the topic. Just like when the woman said, oh, why is it fair if the man has to keep on working and she can quit her job? It's the same hypothetical, right? It's things that men can do. There are things that men can do, and there are things that women can do, right?
No.
So you can't get mad.
No,
I'm not mad at that.
Listen. A woman don't have an option to not work. Listen to me.
Some women do. So
no, they don't, ma'am. Listen. Women only have that option if a man grants that option. That means it's a man making that decision.
Absolutely.
So that's not, listen, that's his option, not her option.
So
I have the option. Listen, as a man, I have the option if my woman works or not. She doesn't have that option.
So as a woman, a 20-year-old woman, I have an option to date a man with children and not date a man with children. Everybody has options.
You're right. But listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying the man that has the option to date a 20-year-old means he could just get whatever 20-year-old he wants. What I'm saying is women in their 20s will deal with men at a high rate in their 30s and 40s. They will do that. The other way around is not true. Guys in their 20s don't deal with women in their 30s and 40s at a high rate unless it's just about sex.
So I understand what you're saying. I'm not at all. I'm not competing with. I'm just saying there are different levels to this. I gave you mine with the men that I date. Maybe women should date men who are thinking on that same level. There are all types of men. There are men who don't want to start over. There are men who are.
Period.